What's good, y'all? So this video is pretty much a whole list of shout outs. All right. You know, if I was up there on the podium, they would have to play the music on me, because like I'm gonna make sure that everyone gets the credit that they deserve. Everyone gets the recognition that they deserve for at least their impact in my life personally. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and start off with the person that literally inspired me to make this type of video and the one before, and I'm gonna get to that in a second. The community of new knowledge. Shout out to you, my brother. You know, first off, you shouted me out and you didn't even have to. I really do appreciate that. Like that just shows that the vibration of this world is rising and rising and rising. And once again, real recognize real. I feel you. But not only that, but you know, you inspired me to go out there into the grocery stores and help identify some of these poisons that are in our foods. You know, I saw your video on that. I was like, yo, that's a really simple way to get the message across. I can do that too. All right. You know, we have to learn from one another, because us as in the spiritual community, we're all here to grow together. So once again, shout out to the community of new knowledge. Everyone I'm listing in this video will be in the link in the description below. I'll have all the URLs, the links to their channel, so you can go check them out. All right. So then next up is Brother Yosef from the New Lyfe Tools channel. I've shouted him out many a times because I consider him to be one of my first spiritual teachers. He's the one that taught me how to embrace my dark side. And when I started to embrace that dark side for good, you know, that's the type of stuff that really got me started on my spiritual journey and my spiritual growth. So I'm eternally indebted to him. But also, too, he's taught me so much. I felt so indebted to him that I wanted to join his cause. You know, like shout out to the Watatiri Nation. I am a member of the Watatiri Nation. It's not something I publicize because I don't think it's necessary information for everyone to know. But nevertheless, you know, I'm very proud to have been part of something. You know, people have their fraternities, people have their organizations. Well, I got the Watatiri under TP Ministry, so shout out to all of y'all. All right. So then next up, we got Isis Wisdom. Man, I'm borderline in love with this woman. She is so knowledgeable and so powerful, man. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Me listening to her has like raised my expectations of the young women in my dating age bracket. If I found a young woman that spoke with her power, with her authority, with her wisdom, oh my goodness, she has taught me so much, and she's opened my eyes to so many different things. If you want to hear power from a feminine standpoint, like, please go listen to Isis Wisdom. Like, you can't fight anything that she's saying. You can't. And if you do, that just shows where your vibration's at. It really does. All right. Next up, Remedy H. Remedy H is like one of those teachers. Like he's that teacher in school that the stuff that he's teaching is way above my head sometimes. You know, he's the one that I truly do feel like the first grader in his classroom. You know, I'm still in student mode with him. I'm like, I don't get that. Make that make sense. But then otherwise, it's like, you know, I stopped questioning certain things because like I have an immense amount of respect for him. You know, he's out here speaking real game and like real cosmic knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Real cosmic knowledge. And it's like stuff that predates written history. And he's just speaking about it because he was there. You know, we are all just reincarnations over and over and over. Everyone that came down to earth, we've chosen to be here. All right. And he's somebody that's been here from the very beginning. So shout out to Remedy H. I really do appreciate the lessons that you are imparting upon all of us. All right. Next up, Rashad Jamal, the University of Cosmic Intelligence. You know, one of the things I got from him was that not only was it his wisdom and his deep insights, his divine insights, if you will, you know, but one of the things that he showed me is that the message, the wisdom, the information could come from anyone, from any walk of life. You know, like the ex-gang affiliated individual, you know, he got his life together and he got spiritually awakened to remembering who he was. And now he's using his time productively, not only to educate people, but he's one of those boots on the ground people where he's using his past to empower his future. He's ready to go toe to toe with the establishment in the physical sense. He's ready to be the warrior. He's ready to be the foot soldier for the spiritual warfare. So I really do appreciate everything that he's doing. He showed me that you can cuss your ass off in the spiritual game and still get your message across. You know, so shout out to Rashad Jamal. All right. Next up, I feel like he doesn't need too much of an introduction because a lot of y'all know about Spiritual Soul. You know, Spiritual Soul is one of the big YouTubers when it comes to the spiritual game. But one of the things I learned from him, there's two main things. Number one, just like how Rashad Jamal taught me that you can cuss and get your message across, he's the one that taught, Spiritual Soul is the one that taught me that you can be goofy as hell and get your message across. You know what I'm saying? But he's also the one that he's been tapped into some information, and like he's been telling us about the Falcon punches. He's been telling us what's been rolling on with that. He's been telling us about the geopolitical events that's been going on in the world. That sounds so crazy until you go see them for yourself. And you're like, yo, we're really being fed lies and we believe them. And because we're being goofy, because we're being silly with a serious message, some people can discount us. But he's the one that showed me that you can do that. And also, he's the main reason why I started a YouTube channel. You know, it's like, I thought you had to have all the lights, you had to have the cameras, you had the editing, the animation. He pulls his phone out and he talks. When you're speaking real word, when you're being authentic to yourself, real recognize real. And with your word, people will gravitate towards your message. Everyone that needs to hear it is going to hear it. So shout out to Spiritual Soul. Next up, this beautiful queen, Victoria Hunter. You know, it's like I just found her a couple of weeks ago. You know, and like when I hear her, it's just a breath of relief. It's a breath of fresh air. Now, I haven't been through all of her videos just yet, but when I be hearing her, I'm like, yep, you are speaking nothing but truth. And she does it in a calm, like she's almost like the way I see her, and personally, you know, due to my age as well, I see her as the favorite aunt. The favorite aunt that she'd be like, yo, let's just talk. Let's do some stuff. She'd be like, come on, sweetie, let's talk about some spiritual stuff real quick. You know, so shout out to Victoria Hunter. You know, next up, I want to give some people that have been supporting me from the jump. You know, I'm going to give some love to Winkle Bottom. You know what I'm saying? The tarot card readings, the psychic readings, and just an overall good, positive vibe, you know, mixed in with the other things. You know, you've been DMing me, we've been talking, you're chatting from time to time. You've been sharing information with me, and I love that. You know, you becoming one of my real life friends. I really do appreciate you. I love you. I really do. You know, I'm going to give another shout out to Jalen Holmes 6. You know, it's one of those people, I can't even lie. When I first met you, my guy, I didn't know too much about you. I was like, I don't know about this dude, because, you know, you question my beliefs on God and that type of stuff. And we're all entitled to our own opinions. I've always respected yours. You've respected mine. You know what I'm saying? But then when you started making your own content, I was like, yo, my man's spitting. You know, much appreciation. I love the growth of your channel, how quickly you've grown. I really do love it. I really do appreciate you, my brother. I really do. All right. So then next up, this is actually my present day biggest influence right now is Kali Amun Ra. You know, I really do love what he's been talking about with the UV A, B, and C radiation. The whole situation when it comes to this, well, I ain't scared to say this one, but the whole COVID thing is that he's been given a different perspective on it. You know, all these symptoms could be attributed to acute radiation poisoning and stuff like that. So go ahead and check out some of his stuff, because he gets really deep too. And he been talking about a lot of different things. But when you start to get the answers that you've been looking for, all this confusion in the world, and you hear someone with such a strong, powerful message, and then you see another strong black man having a strong, powerful message trying to get involved in his community, I can't lie, he makes Philly look good. I be kind of dogging Philly a little bit, but like, you know, it's like I just be playing around. We're all brothers and sisters at the end of the day, you know. But I really do love what he be talking about, and like I just love his energy. I love his vibe. I love his silliness, but I love his seriousness as well. And when I look back and I listen back to a few of my videos to make sure the audio came through right, you know, I find myself sounding like him. You know, so he's been a very big influence in my YouTube career, if you want to call it that. So shout out to Kali. Next up, Yahki Awakened. You know, I've been shouting him out more and more because he sounds like the new and improved version of the people that I've been learning health from the Dr. Sabis, the Layla Africas. You know, he sounds like them on steroids. Like, he really knows his stuff. One of my favorite things, not only does he know about proper nutrition in the human body, but he also has that passion. When y'all see me, when I get mad, when I get angry, or when I get super passionate trying to really drive home a message to especially my semen retention community, that level of passion I see in him when he talks about health. And when people that don't know nothing about health try to challenge you or challenge him specifically, like, I see that passion come out, and I love it. I really do. You know, so shout out to Yahki. You know, I've actually bought me the 3 bitters too. Like, I'm really excited to get those in my hands. You know, people be looking like they gross, but I'm really good with gross stuff. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Yahki. Next up, Expressivelyfi. You know, I think she's a little bit bigger on TikTok. You know, I don't see her post too much on YouTube, but nevertheless, I love her vibe. I love her energy, and I love seeing a black queen speak her truth. I really do love it, especially a young black queen in my age bracket, you know, that out here doing it. We are the youth. You know, we're the old youth, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the older youth. We're still youthful, but like, we're here to, like, we can get the younger people watching us, and they emulate us, and they do it better than us. I really love your message. I love your positivity. I love your high vibration, my sister. I really do. Next up, ImmortalMindz. ImmortalMindz was one of the first people that really got me to work on my masculine frame. Me starting to understand, it's kind of like the red pill YouTube, but it's mature. You know, it's coming from a mature guy that's lived life. He's not over here clowning men. He's not clowning women. He's not doing any of that. He's just pointing things out the way they are. And his story is very similar to mine. You know, there was a point where he hit rock bottom. He thought about ending it. I was there myself. You know what I'm saying? But then, you know, he started to find out his spiritual self. He started to find out his new identity. And then what was crazy with him is he knew about Neville Goddard. You know, he knew about Neville Goddard. And he's also the reason why I got the quote where it's like, you attract what you are, not what you want. And the geese are flying around. Okay, they landed quick. But he's like, you attract what you are, not what you want. He's the first person I heard that from. And that's one of the mantras that I've been living by ever since I heard it. Because there's nothing but truth with that. That makes you responsible for yourself. You know, when you attract what you are and you know these rules, you know these cosmic laws, it's like everything that happens in your life, you change it first by changing yourself. Be the change you want to be in this world. And that's one of the big lessons I got from ImmortalMindz. Lastly, we are woke. You know, if you want to learn about all these people, a lot of these people I found from We Are Woke. We Are Woke is pretty much like a hub for spiritual content. So if you watch this channel, you're going to be put on to all these people that I've talked about and then some, because they keep on uploading and they keep on doing their part to help the world. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to We Are Woke. You know, and I'm going to give a few honorable mentions, you know, to Dick Gregory. You know, I love his lectures because he's the one that told me you can yell at people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just see him as the angry, senile old man. But when you see what he's talking about and you know his story and you know how he knew all these, he had all these deep connections to the government, the CIA, all the stuff that he was into, you bet, oh, that's why he's so mad, because his patience is gone. He's like, how are you going to tell me? I'm literally the one talking to the people that input this into our society. How are you going to tell me? I'm sitting across from the table that are drinking $100,000 shots of cognac or something like that. I forgot what it was. But nevertheless, he was heavily connected, heavily spiritual, heavily in tune individual. So please go look at some of his lectures, you know? Next up, 100K watts. And now I don't know the individual, but on this channel, it's a whole bunch of Neville Goddard lectures. You know, this is the person that really, Neville Goddard is the one that taught me everything I know about manifestation. And then I went and added on to it in a new school type of way. If you want to go, I talk about manifestation sometimes on my channel. I've been neglecting that. I can't even lie. I need to get back to that. But nevertheless, it's like, if you want to learn everything I know where I got started, go listen to some of these lectures. All right, 100K watts. Lastly, Layla Africa. You know, I mentioned him when I was talking about Yahki Awakened. You know, but Layla Africa is one of those people where it's like, don't get me wrong, if you are a white person, he does say some hard things about that. So it might be tough to hear some of his lectures. But if you can get past that and you hear what he's talking about when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to the body, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing but truth. You know what I'm saying? Very powerful people out here that I've just listed here. So I really do implore y'all to go listen to these people, go listen to these individuals, because this is why I know so much. Just as much as I'm out here teaching, I'm learning just as much. If I hear any of these people say something that completely contradicts me, but I find them to be right, I'm going to give them credit just like I did here. You know what I'm saying? Once again, we are all here to grow together. We are all here to raise the consciousness, to raise the frequency of this planet. You know, we are here to expose the truths, no matter what it takes. A lot of us are the intellectual warriors out here, but people like the Rashad Jamals, if you want to be the warrior too, you want that warrior energy to go like boots to the ground, you ready to fight for what you're ready for, then go listen to them. You know, use everything to find your position in this spiritual warfare that's going on out here. And the best way to do that is to arm yourself with information. With the right information, you know how to prepare. To the next one, y'all. Peace.